reaction. Manchester United win on penalties and we're through to the FA Cup final. Give us your overall thoughts on that one.
Listen, going into a semi-final at Wembley, you've got to have faith. Simple as. Going into extra time, you've got to have luck. Going to penalties, you've got to have a doctor there in case you have a heart attack. I'm telling you, that's what you need at Wembley. And Manchester United, with the week they've had, no training really, no togetherness, no preparation, compared to Brighton, I thought played absolutely fantastic right through the game. Brilliant back four, Casemiro in front. I thought they were excellent and put Brighton to the sword. One or two chances throughout the game, but Manchester United, absolutely perfect, excellent performance when everyone had Brighton down as favourites. Man United at the best.
Yeah, Lindelof and Shaw as well at centre-back. How do you think they played together?
Oh, they were absolutely brilliant right through the game. I thought Shaw there, he was bossing it. Lindelof was just mopping him up, along with Wan-Bissaka there. Wan-Bissaka, forget that fella's name. Is it
Mitoma.
Mitoma. He had Mitoma, sorry about that, right? Still excited, right through the game. And I was surprised he got took off. But to me, Wan-Bissaka nearly got man of the match. But I've got to give it Luke Shaw. Absolutely fantastic. And when you look at that back four, hasn't played together, right? Not had time to train together. Unbelievable performance. Yes, Brighton had a lot of possession a lot of the time throughout the game. But United, they were rock solid. And they performed brilliantly today.
Yeah, in that first 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so in the second half, they put us under a lot of pressure and we defended really well.
Yeah, well, we defended well. After that 15 minutes, I thought United were the better side. Wan-Bissaka broke away there and created carnage. Yeah. And from that moment onwards, United were in the game, creating more chances, and then it just went to the extra time. I just thought United just looked a class above them. Yeah. Yes, they had a lot of possession. They looked good passing it and that, but they were kept out of our area. Great performance by everybody.
Yeah, who do you think had the best opportunities to win the game in the 90 minutes?
Well, I think United, really. Yeah. I thought United had the clearest of chances, were unlucky. They worked well. They worked well on the wings. I thought Anthony and Rashford and Martial all linked up and everything. It was great football. But Bruno played excellent throughout the game and pushed the team on, which is what we wanted.
Yeah, I think Danny Welbeck, though, should have scored with that header. He was about 2 or 3 yards out and put it over the bar. But he missed them chances.
He missed the chances.
And you need the luck sometimes, don't you, in the game?
You need the luck. It's Wembley. It's a semi-final. Anything can happen. But I thought United just carried on. They were just plodding on. Yes, they were under pressure at certain times, but so was Brighton. Brighton was put under severe pressure at times there, and they were clinging on. But when extra time come,
what did you think of his substitutions as well? Sorry, especially when he took Bruno off. Did it give you a bit of a raised eyebrow when he come off?
Bruno coming off, he'd run himself into the ground. That's how I seen it. He'd put everything into it, and I thought his legs had gone, so it was the right thing to do. Yeah. And I thought he worked the substitutions, Ten Hag, at the right time, got the fitness there, and they were up there. I mean, you looked at Fred, you looked at Sabitzer, you looked at Sancho, you looked at Vegas. At one point, I looked there, all 4 of them were up front on the 18-yard box, pressing, and United did it well. And also, Man United, they avoided Brighton's press, which was excellent today. The way the back four and De Gea played, putting some good saves today, De Gea cleared the ball. They avoided the Brighton press, and everyone thought Brighton were going to press us out of the game. But as it happens, United pressed them in many parts of that game today, and I thought it was excellent teamwork by everybody.
Yeah, used the long ball quite a bit as well to get around their press as well, which did come into effect a few times.
Yeah, well, what it was, they tried to push up, but already Ten Hag had already discussed pre-match about how he was going to use Rashford and get the ball over the top. And I mentioned it in my pre-match about getting the ball, Rashford on the shoulder and that. And it worked. And it worked well with Martial, because I thought Martial, all the time he was on the pitch until he was substituted, I thought he was linking up well, he was holding the ball, and he worked really hard up there. And at times there, Martial worked on his own. So a good performance by him.
Yeah. We've not got a great record in winning on penalties, so was you a bit nervous when it did go to penalties? And what did you think about the penalties overall?
Listen, I thought they were absolutely fantastic penalties by both sides, and that's what you see. In my day, when I was a younger lad, I mean, it was carnage football, carnage penalties, you know what I mean? They were just, half of them were rubbish, but now you have to be an expert on that pitch. And when the penalties come, you have to put them in the net.
Yeah.
Because if you miss,
That's
it. You only have to look back. I mean, I think that was 7 out of 8 penalties we've had against teams, and we've only won 1. So that was a great thing today. There, absolutely, the penalties are heart attack material.
Yeah, I was pleased for Jadon Sancho though. I must say, he stuck his penalty away really, really good, and that'll give him a big confidence.
Listen, I thought when he came on, I thought he got into the game. He sort of passed the ball, moved. He had some good bits of cameo football, so that was good for him. But coming up to the penalty, I think everybody out there was fearing for him because the noise would have just been deafening if he'd have missed it. But what an absolutely brilliant pen.
Yeah, Lindelof won it for us.
Well, you know.
What a big surprise that is. You wouldn't normally say that, would you?
Well,
we won't say it too many times.
No, it was close. He was also close to man of the match. And for him to score that was absolutely fantastic. But I'm telling you, I was surprised at the start of the game how he played Wan-Bissaka and Delot fullbacks with them two there. And it absolutely worked. And with Lindelof scoring the winner, I'm absolutely over the moon for him. I've always liked Lindelof. Anyone who watches the videos will testify to that. Lindelof, to me, is a good footballer. And along with Luke Shaw there, I thought they were absolutely magnificent today and worked well. Lindelof, what a way to win. Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, we are in the final.
Yes.
We're playing Manchester City. It's going to be a Manchester derby.
Yeah.
So, overall thoughts on that one before we go?
The overall thoughts on that, I've got to send you off on a positive note because it's as simple as this. In football, right, sometimes you just never know what's going to happen. Well, let me tell you something. I was optimistic we'd get through against Brighton, and I'm more than optimistic against Manchester City in the final. It's a Manchester derby, but let me tell you, go back to the FA Cup final, how much favourites were City against Wigan. So do not start commenting on here about how we're going to get beat by Manchester City, because I ain't having it.
It is a little bit of a stronger team than when they played against Wigan, though. They are great football inside Manchester City.
I don't care.
It's going to be difficult.
Yes.
But FA Cup final at Wembley, anything can happen in a Manchester derby.
Every player is going to raise the game. And with a bit of luck, we'll have some players back. So let's just see what happens. The pressure will be on City, right?
But go for the treble as well.
Listen, they won't get that treble. Don't you worry about it out there. I'm talking, they won't get that treble. It's only for Man United. The pressure's on City in that final. United, I'm telling you, will be confident going into it.
Anything to add before we go?
Come on, that's it.
That's it.
Come on.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant. What a day of football that was.
It was actually like that, dancing. Walking onto the video before we started.
Brilliant.
Trust me, it was. Smash a like if you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you like our content. Get that notification on as well for future videos. And plus, we want to know your comments on the game. So get all your comments in below on the game. Going forward into the cup final as well. We just want to know everything that's on your mind. Get it in the comments below. And Manchester United are through to the FA Cup final. Wembley. Come on, Reds.
Come on.